Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Not Everybody Needs a Podcast with your host, Mackenzie Rencher. I missed you guys last week. We had a few things come up. My producer ended up getting a little sick. We were recording kind of later in the week, and we ended up not having time to record, and ended up working out because last week was crazy because I was preparing for this week, which this episode, you guys, I have been hiding so much from you guys in this episode. I will spill all the tea. You guys will know after this episode why I have been living life in secret just a wee bit. Since the last time I saw you guys, I cut about 6 inches off my hair. I feel very fresh, clean. I had a little bit of a midlife afterwards, but now that I learned how to style it and everything, I love it. I feel like it's taking me to a new era. It feels like I'm becoming a new version of myself a little bit. I know that seems dramatic, but this season of life has just been just a lot is about to change. And I feel like my hair now is reflecting that. I'm a little stuffy this morning, and I think it's because the Jaguars won last night, you guys, and we stayed up late, and I was so excited from after the game that I could not fall asleep. And then also today's a big day. And so my brain was turning. But you guys, that game last night was so crazy. They were down. I don't know if you guys care about this, but I wouldn't normally care, but when it's one of your friends and you just see how hard he works, and also on Marissa's end of things, how much I don't know, it's just a lot of sacrifice, and watching your friends win is just the best thing ever when you know how hard they work. And they were down 14 points. They came back, and then the very last second they scored a touchdown. I thought whenever the Chiefs scored their last touchdown, I was like, oh my gosh, they lost, that sucks, it's Trevor's birthday, I'm sad. Then they came back and scored, and I mean, I have a little video of it because I was trying to record it, but not to put it anywhere, but just for our group chat, and my phone died. But I have 5 seconds of me actually screaming my head off and Darian screaming his head off. Darian and I hugged we had a reunion. It was crazy. And I've just been watching the clips this morning, and I'm just so happy because it's not just a game, people pour their lives and stuff into it, and it's happy. It's just fun to see your friends win. So I barely got any sleep last night, and I really haven't been sleeping for the last couple of weeks because of the reason I'm about to say. It really feels so crazy that I'm finally able to talk about this and announce this, and the fact that I'm about to release it into the world. I'm announcing it in an hour or so. I am starting a clothing brand, which I know doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it's something that I've had an idea of since 2023. I actually have a deck that I made in 2023 that I'm going to share in one of my posts today. But I just didn't feel like it was the right time. I didn't feel like I was the right version of myself to start it. And probably almost a year ago now, I felt the confidence and the push to really start it. I had no idea what it was going to take to get there because I was just very naive. Darian has his own clothing brand that he's relaunching at some point. He's taken a little hiatus to work on some other personal brand things. And so I knew a little bit about what went into it, but I was never in the thick of it with him. I was never designing things, measuring things, getting samples, whatever. And the experience of starting something like this from scratch is not only so humbling, but you just learn so much. And I just had no idea the process, how long it was going to take, and how much I'd have to pour into it. It's something that I have worked on every single day for probably since things picked up 6 months ago. I've worked on it every single day. I've dedicated hours to it every single day. Sometimes I dedicate a whole work day to it. And you just have no idea how much it takes. And I'm so proud of the way that it has turned out. I feel like my number one thing was that I wanted it to be streetwear style clothes, also some sets and such. But I really wanted the quality to be good. That was my number one thing. I was I do not want to start anything and put anything into the world if the quality is not good. So I did so much research on cotton, wool blends, just all these different kind of blends to make sure that all of the pieces were good. I did research on different fabrics and the weights of things and what it takes to really have a successful business. And all in all, I really got this idea from about 5 years ago when I dropped merch, and I dropped These Are the Days merch. It's something that I've said for forever. It's just a phrase that I live by. And like, there are days that like, whether it's a hard day or a good day, it's something that I've just always lived by. These are the days. It helps you soak in every moment. It helps you live in the everyday. And I started merch with it. It's actually our group chat name with some of my best friends. And I just think it's universal. Like when you hear that, it makes you want to live in the now and appreciate the now. And so that's going to be a really big part of my brand. But it started with merch 5 years ago, and I put it on like shirts and crew necks and like some other stuff. And people wanted me to relaunch it. It really did well, and I was shocked by it. And so whenever I started to think about like, oh, let's maybe relaunch this like a year and a half ago, nothing felt right. Like everything that I tried to do, I was like, this does not feel right. And eventually I hit so many walls that I was like, what if I just started my own brand? So now, after almost a year of just hard work and dedication into making this brand, I introduce to you House of Bex. I'll give you guys like a little backstory of how it came to be. One, if you're watching, I'm wearing it right now. This is our windbreaker jacket. I'm wearing the windbreaker shorts too, but I have a little cozy blanket on because I wanted this to feel like a cozy episode. But I'm wearing it. The back of it says Bex and These Are the Days on it. And the shorts say Bex. It's embroidered. I wanted to make sure it was embroidered because I feel like that makes it look so much cleaner. And yeah, I messed around with the colors. I changed the colors a million times. I had multiple samples of all of the things that I created in this collection because I wanted it to be perfect. Like I was like, I'm not putting anything out that I don't feel proud of. And I feel like I'm finally there. But a few years back when we were picking Beckham's name, we were kind of talking about a few nicknames that she could have. And I was like, I don't want anyone calling her Becky and like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what about Bex? And I was like, oh, maybe not for a nickname, but I was like, why do I love Bex so much? Like BEX is so cute. And it has nothing to do with Beckham, and it has nothing to do with like her nickname. We don't call her that. We've never like called her that. That's not gonna be her nickname. But it just sparked this idea in me, and I was like, I just really love this like Bex, House of Bex, Bex Co. Like I was just kind of like messing with a few names, and whenever in 2023 I had the idea, I started talking to my manager about it, and I was like, what if I like started a brand? And like she wouldn't be connected to it at all because it's like separate from my like content creation. But I kind of made a deck and kind of pitched it, and then that's when I realized it wasn't the right time. But I just fell in love with this name. I feel like it's girly, it's catchy, it's memorable, and I just could not shake it. And so whenever I really was like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, I got to get an LLC, I got to get a trademark, like it has to be legit. I was messing with a few names, and I was like, House of Bex, I feel like doesn't put me in a box because I don't want to just do streetwear. If you're watching, I have a mug in this collection, which feels so on brand for me. I have a mug in every single one of my episodes. You guys know I drink coffee every day, multiple times a day. I feel so passionate about coffee too. Like if I want to do something with coffee eventually, but now is not the time. But this is These Are the Days mug. It has 3D hearts all around it. All of them say These Are the Days. It's blue and red. I've been obsessed with that color combo. And this is also handmade, and we messed with it a lot. We changed a lot about it, and I love the way it turned out. I was like, we were trying to find somebody that could do 3D hearts. We finally did, which who knew it'd be so hard, but we did it, and I think you guys are going to love this. And I did it 20 ounces because I was like, I was so tired of buying these mugs, and they were like 7 ounces. I'm like, girl, I have more coffee that I need to fit in this than just this tiny bit. So I wanted to make sure it was big enough to fit like big cups of coffee. And I really am just saying all this so you guys can know like everything I did was intentional and thought out, and spent lots of nights thinking about like, what if I did this? What if I did this? Are people going to relate to this color combo? Are people going to like whatever? And all of this stuff, like what it boiled down to, I was like, I have to love it. Like I cannot be thinking about if Stacy or Sally or whoever's going to love it. Of course, I'm thinking about the consumer and the people that are going to be having this in their hands. And I want people to fall in love with it, of course. But like it starts with, would I wear it? Do I love it? And I can say that I do with all of these pieces. And yeah, I'm just proud. And I really just, it just feels crazy. It feels crazy that today's the day because I've been keeping it a secret for so long. And the reason why I did that, one, it doesn't really make sense to bring people in on things that like you don't even know are going to work out. You know, like there's so many things that you can put all this time and energy into, but like you don't know if it's ever going to launch. And then people are going to be like, why did you even tell us about this if it's never going to launch? And then there's also a thing where it's like, I don't want to string people along of like, it's going to come out because it was supposed to come out in July, late July. And the samples weren't perfect and everything takes so much time. And the number one thing that takes time is cut and sew. So this was like the number one thing that I was like, I have to have cut and sew because a lot of people will get blanks from manufacturers, and basically blanks are just when they already pre-make shorts, they already pre-make sweatshirts, and you can put your logo on it or embroider something on it or whatever. And I wanted to have control over what the fabric was made of, the weight of the fabric, the colors of the fabric, the fit of the fabric. I wanted to be able to say, okay, I want to take this up an inch. I want to take the sleeves off 2 inches. I want to make this fit this way. I want to end mid-length on this area of my stomach, whatever. And you don't have that control over blanks. And so we just started from scratch with cut and sew, which basically cut and sew is basically where you just have a fabric, they cut it and then they sew it from scratch. So every single piece that I have in this collection and will have in future collections are all original pieces. So you can know that you're getting high quality pieces. And yeah, even with the mug, like these are all handmade. So like on the website, we had to put that there's going to be like differences in between them. Cause you know, they can't make every single stripe the same. Like it'll look the same, but you know, there'll be like a little bit longer of a stripe here, like thicker or whatever. Just cause I wanted it to feel intentional, and I wanted you guys to feel that like every inch here and every inch there and every cut here is intentional and something that I thought out. And you guys can know that if you guys support House of X, that is what you are supporting. And I care so much. And I think my biggest fear, which I've had a lot of nights where I've had a lot of doubts and fears, and I've just had to push through. And I want you to hear, if you ever want to start something, like if you have doubts, that's very, very normal. I've had countless conversations with entrepreneurs and people that have started businesses, and everyone has doubts. It's pushing through that gets you where you want to go. And I have pushed through a lot of fears of like, no one's going to care. People are going to think this, people are going to think that, and this isn't going to work out or whatever. And I've pushed through a lot of that, and those are all normal. And I just had to push through, and I'm so thankful that I did, because I am just so proud. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the shoot that we did. We did a shoot about probably like 6 weeks ago now, and we did it at one of my best friend's boss's house. I know that sounds like weird, but my best friend is an interior designer, and she works for a huge interior designer in Greenville. Her house is so beautiful. She actually had us over last winter for like a chilly night, and showed us around her house, and it was just so beautiful. Everything in her house is like antique and just stunning. And when I was thinking about what I wanted the shoot to be and how I wanted to present the pieces for the first time, I could not get her kitchen out of my head. And so I was like, I'm going to go out on a whim here and just ask her if she would care if we shot in her house. And I knew it was a large ask, because I was bringing in a whole camera crew, because you guys will see the video. If you guys haven't yet, you guys can check it out. I put it on TikTok and Instagram. But I had a whole crew in her house. Then I had 3 models come, and then I had a photographer there, which is one of my best friends, who did the photos, and she absolutely killed it. And I'm so proud of how those turned out. And in fact, I even have friends that are talented enough to do anything like that. It's so insane. But anyway, I asked her, she said yes graciously, and she allowed all of us in her home, and it turned out perfect. I had this idea of a video in my head where I wanted the first shot to be the mug, and you'd like not see me, and then eventually you see me and people are like, why is this girl pouring coffee into a mug? And then I'm humming And I just wanted it to feel like very, oh, she's just getting ready, like getting ready for her day, la la la. And then I looked down at my watch and I'm like, oh, I'm late. And I basically wanted to be able to run to this clothing rack with all of the pieces from the collection. And as I walk towards the camera, like out the door, I am changing the outfits with all the different looks and all the different ways that you can style it, because that was another thing with this, is I wanted to be able to showcase how different you can style each of these pieces, specifically with the crew neck and the biker shorts. I have worn them 8 different ways. I've dressed them up, I've dressed them down, I put a collar underneath, I put a jacket over it, I've had tennis shoes on with it, I've had high socks on with it. Like, it's been like, I just wanted it to feel very versatile. And then same with the tank top, and same with this set. And this set kind of speaks for itself. I feel like you can unzip it and have like a different colored shirt underneath it. You could do so many different things with each piece, and I wanted to showcase that. And so as I'm walking to the camera, I have like 11 different fits on and different hairstyles. And it was a long shooting day, but the way that it turned out was exactly my vision. And our friend Wayne shot it. He also killed it. He cut the colors down to a T. I feel like it's such a perfect way to introduce the brand, and I'm also so proud of how that turned out. And then the more that I was getting closer to the date, I just started getting all these ideas and different things that I wanted it to feel like the brand was also yours, because it's been mine for so long, but once I release it into the world, it's now ours. And so I wanted people to feel that. And what better way, you guys? It feels weird talking about this because I haven't even announced it yet, so it feels wrong. But by the time this comes out, it will be announced. What better way to kick it off than inviting all of you to House of Bex's very first pop-up in downtown Greenville? Guys, I'm so excited for this. I have planned this for so long. And the person that did my girls' night event and did like that huge flower pot and made it so beautiful is doing this event. We are going to have, I don't want to say too much, okay? I will tell you what the pop-up like invite, I guess you would say, says. For sure, I'll tell you, ice cream and candy cart for free, okay? Also, one of my favorite coffee places in Greenville are going to have their coffee there. And that leads me to announcement number 3. I mean, how many things could I be hiding? Okay, this is the last one, I promise. But my announcement number 3, I have a drink coming out with Day Drinkers, my favorite coffee shop in Greenville. I cannot believe that they even agreed to do this, truly. We shot for a few days ago. The video comes out on Thursday. Y'all will be watching this on Monday, so it'll be out. But we created a drink together. It is a s'mores latte. It's going to be graham cracker syrup with honey, espresso, milk, cinnamon cold foam with a fired marshmallow and graham cracker crumbles on top. Like, are we kidding? That is my dream latte. If I went to a coffee shop, immediately I'm getting that. It's so picture worthy. It's beautiful to look at. It also tastes delicious. So you guys have to go try that if you're in the Greenville area or the surrounding areas. And that'll be available until the end of the month. And it's called the House of Bex Brew. I mean, seriously, is that not the cutest name? Bex Brew, iconic. So, oh my gosh, like even saying all of that, my heart is pounding. It really is so, I don't even know how to say it. It's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking to put yourself out there, to start something, to hope that people believe and want to dream with you. And I've just pushed past all of it, and now I'm here. Now I just have to release it and let go of like all the fears of people not caring or whatever it may be, and just know like for the people that it's for, that's the people that will get it. And I just have to be okay with like just releasing it. And it feels very vulnerable. That's the word. Today feels vulnerable, but also the excitement that I feel has kept me up at night. And what I was going to say earlier, sorry if I feel all over the place, guys. I have so much on my mind. I hope you guys understand. But the thing I was going to say earlier about why I kept it to myself majority is because whenever I started creating things, the pieces started to come to life, and I started seeing like visuals of them, and they started getting made, and I started seeing them sewn together and embroidered. I really felt like God was like, what if this was just for me and you? And I had to take that to him and be like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm not going to release the pieces, or like, what are you trying to say, God? And I felt like he was just saying that I had to separate myself from opinions of men, and also just like being perceived by the world, and also just making things about me, I guess. And I had to have this, I basically had to like cut off my relationship with the world, which we're called to do as Christians anyway, like not be of the world, but in a new way of like, let go and release what the world may think about you, and let it just be me and you. Like, what do I think about you? What do I think about this? What do I think about your dreaming? What do I think about your creativity? And that's when I started getting really confident about how this was going to turn out, because I was like, I really feel like God's proud of my creativity. I feel like God's proud of my discipline and the work I poured into this. And like, I feel like I have gotten to the point, and I'm not perfect, I've wrestled with this, but I feel like I really have gotten to the point where I really am fine if God's proud of me and like no one else cares. Of course, like it would be something I have to wrestle with, you know, if no one gives a crap about this. Like I'd be like, okay, my feelings are a little hurt, whatever. But at the end of the day, like I feel like the Lord has prepared my heart to be like, what if it's just me and you? Like, would you really be okay with that? And I had to be like, you know what? Yeah, I would. And I release what the world may think, and I release what the world may view things as or like say. And I really am fine if it's like just me and you, God. So yeah, I mean, I hope that as you guys see House of Becks come to life, and as you see the things start to roll out, that you feel like you're a part of this brand, because you were like thought about during this. And I just cannot wait to get it in your hands and like see what you guys think about it. And I wanted to make sure also that the prices were doable for how expensive things are. If you guys don't know, samples, like for example, I'll just give you one example, and then you guys can just use the rest as like, just use your imagination. This mug that you're looking at, this is a sample mug, was $250. Every time that you have to get a sample remade, $250 for one mug, because they're making it from scratch. And as you do bulk, it gets cheaper, obviously, but they have to charge a lot for samples, and then shipping is a lot. And obviously, like a website, I have to have a designer, I have to have, like, there's like so many different roles that have to be played. So obviously the price has to reflect that, but I made it as cheap as I possibly could for the quality of the clothes. And you guys will, I believe once you get it in your hands, you will say it's absolutely worth that. And I know a lot of people be upcharging like crazy. That is not in my heart. Like, that's not what I want to do. And I wanted to make sure it's still accessible, but also like, I want you guys to know you are paying for like high quality items. And I know that when you get it in your hands, you will feel that. And I hope that you guys just love them. And I also wanted to make sure that we were using really good quality packaging. I want you guys, whenever you order something from us, feel like you're almost getting a PR package. And so you'll see, and I'll reveal the packaging a little later, but I wanted to also make sure that the, bye baby, are you going to the park? Bye baby. Beckham and Kason are going to the park. Oh, he's running. Hey baby boy. I love you. Go to the park. You'll have fun. Sweet boy. He's wearing his little Halloween costume. I die. I love you. Have fun. But anyway, I wanted to make our packaging, make sure that it's sustainable, recyclable, compostable, and that's also like an expensive part of it, but I was like, it is worth that. And the company that we're using is No Issue, so they're carbon neutral shipping. They use soy inks, which are much better for the earth, and they break down so much quicker than other packaging. And I just wanted to make sure I was doing that as well, because I wanted that to be a part of our story too, where like we're as sustainable as we can be with packaging. So yeah, I think you guys will feel the difference in that as well. I'm trying to think about anything else I can tell you guys. Really just thank you. Thank you if you've shown any kind of support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for any like comments or likes or whatever. Like it really means the world to me. I feel like I tell you guys that, but just in general, like I would have never even dreamed of this if I didn't have you guys. And I don't know. I just feel like more thankful than ever for that. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys can feel how sincerely I mean that. And I wish I could jump to the screen and tell you in person. And if you guys come to the pop-up, I can. I hope you guys come. It'll be a really fun time. You guys get to see and feel the pieces in real life. It'll be the day after we launch, and we launch on October 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern. So you guys can look forward to that. I have all of the info on our website. Sorry, you guys can't see the website yet. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to actually get into the website, but you guys can put your email for updates. But I have all of the details on my page. I'll have it on House of Bex Co.'s page. Unfortunately, House of Bex was taken, so I had to do House of Bex Co. on TikTok and Instagram. But if you guys have any questions about any of it, you guys can DM me or email me or whatever, and I'll try to get back to you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I hope you guys love and feel connected to this collection. Love you. Goodbye. I'm about to launch and my stomach hurts and I feel so nervous, but I'm also really excited. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you next Monday with a new episode of Not Everybody Needs Podcast. Guys, I have to get off. Goodbye. Love you.